Steve Jobs. It's better to be a pirate than to join the Navy. This quote was made by and perfectly summarizes a man whose unconventional genius and refusal to conform to the status quo gave the world one of the most iconic creations that we have today. We'll be examining the life and work of Steve Jobs today. Stephen Paul Jobs was born on February 24, 1955, to Joanne Scheibel, who gave him up soon after for adoption. After a brief struggle, Steve was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs. From a tender age, it became obvious that Steve was a very special and academically gifted child, often described as being the smartest person in the room. When he was 10, Steve had forged a strong passion for electronics and already established strong relationships with all the engineers in his neighborhood. Growing up, he loved electronics, but also appreciated the humanities. One day, however, he came across a quote made by Edwin Land of Polaroid, whom he idolized, about the importance of being able to combine the humanities and electronics. There and then, Steve decided that was what he wanted to do. Jobs and his longtime friend, Steve Wozniak, founded Apple Computer Company and invented the first Apple computer primarily out of desire to create something different from the mainstream computers available. This tendency to break glass ceilings and come up with something different would later become one of the cornerstones of Jobs' philosophies. The first and second Apple computers were a huge success, bringing significant wealth and acclamation to Steve Jobs and the Apple Computer Company. Jobs later began making plans for the development of a Macintosh computer, promising that the computer would be unlike anything else ever seen. The Macintosh initially did well, but sales tanked shortly after. Before long, Steve Jobs was forced to leave Apple, the company he had founded. The difference between success and failure most times is the determination to try again after every failure, and Eureka Moment brings these stories to you. To see more stories like this, kindly subscribe and press the bell icon. Determined to try again, Steve Jobs founded Next Inc. with $7 million. Soon after, he was running out of money. The company didn't even have a product in the pipeline. However, this was his Eureka Moment. Steve Jobs used his time at Next to come up with several innovative and technologically advanced products that soon established him as a force to reckon with. Jobs came back to Apple after Apple bought and took over Next. He transferred his strengths from Next to Apple, starting with the introduction of the innovatively designed iMac. He was also instrumental in the creation of iTunes, iPod, iPad, and the ultra-successful and famous iPhone. Jobs was described as a marketing genius and played a major role in the establishment of Apple's reputation as a luxury brand due to his keen perfectionist nature and eye for creative detail. From humble beginnings to the pinnacle of computing and technology in general, Steve Jobs' journey is a fascinating tale of triumph over adversity. His story motivates people to stay true to their dreams and never give up, no matter how tough things get.
Do you know that Lamborghini was a tractor manufacturing company? Nike didn't start with its own shoe? And Lego made wooden toys? To know their stories, click on the playlist, and for the latest videos, do subscribe, and like and share.